assertion, it's all a fantasy. But if I make the right plays, it pays automatic. Bankroll showing that I know it, dope strategy. On a winning streak, I'm stacking a dose and the bookies all get mad at me. Confident with how it plays, not clicking on a flex today. All I see is green and we all about to get paid. Arrogant Josh on the stream, they be killing it. Never gonna stop it, I like if you feeling it. Picking the players, they all never touch. You can't make up your mind and just go with your gut. Looked around, we found a glitch. No toast allowed, just close to list. Sophia's fine, sat to his stick, and Caitlin Clark just doesn't miss. Win, lose, or draw, we never quit. When we shoot the ball, it's another switch. Submit the link, it'll make you rich, and we going big. Don't be a bitch. Let's fucking go. We about to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. Let's fucking go. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pigs. We about to go big. We about to go big. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pigs. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pigs.
Hey. I don't hear you.
Oh, had the old mute button in. Whoops.
Damn, we're rusty. We're rusty. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
That's what happens when we take 4 days off. But we are back, baby. It is Just Cash coming at you on this Wednesday, August 21st. And as always, joined by Underrated. What's up, dude?
Chilling, man. I'm glad to be back, man. I was telling you earlier, I was like, damn, it feels like a long time. Yeah, we had to miss yesterday, my woman's birthday. It was a good time. I had a nice little break, and I saw the Discord was going off. Regardless, I was peeking in every once in a while, so everything moved without me. Y'all don't need me. I see how it is.
Well, we definitely need you for the stream, but that's okay. You know, glad you had a enjoyable birthday off for the lady, and you know, we all need some obvious rest and downtime from time to time. So you know, get in while you can. We're you know we're coming up on the busy season. We're just a few months out from just being absolutely pandemonium. So you know, I don't blame you, bro. I definitely don't blame you. And for you guys too, make sure y'all you know, take your breaks, take your rest and relaxation. You know, make sure the mental game stays strong, and we're in it for the long haul. But before we hop into anything, if you guys do us a huge favor, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out whenever we do go live, and get those notifications turned on. That way, again, whenever you know, we go live or we drop in our second video for the day, whatever the case is going to be, you guys don't miss out on it. And down below, further on beyond that, it's going to be our links to our Discord. Make sure you guys check it out. Still running that 7-day free trial. And no commitments. You know, you can hop in, check it out for 6 days, cancel it on the last one if you're not feeling it. But we've been doing some pretty good things yesterday. I mean, we absolutely tore it up with the live betting. You know, shout out to Underdog. They've been spectacular for some of these second half props, and man, we've been on fire with that. So only place you're gonna get those live bets is gonna be in that Discord. So make sure you guys check it out down below. All right, man. If you are ready, I guess let's
dive right into it.
Yeah.
Dive right into it. Yay! What we got today?
So, lastly, before we get started, we're gonna try to keep the stream, you know, pretty close to about that 45 minutes to an hour. That way, we will. Yesterday, we were able to hop on voice chat and talk about a lot of stuff. So, we're gonna try and do that again today. That was pretty fun and very successful, you know, betting wise. So, just a little heads up, but we're gonna, you know, hop in. I think right into spread total money lines first, and then we'll talk about some plays, and then just go ahead and answer questions from here on. So you ready, good sir?
Let's get it.
All right, first up, we got Phoenix traveling out to Atlanta. I think this is going to be hopefully a pretty high scoring affair. Atlanta can definitely come out a little bit flat sometimes just in general, but we've seen Phoenix also have the road struggles from time to time this season. I think that Atlanta's getting quite a bit of respect here, probably coming high off of this last game, beating down poor Connecticut on the road. I got to imagine Atlanta's going to come back down to earth this game as well. News-wise, we know that Tyus Parker is going to be out for Atlanta, so do keep that in mind. And then for Phoenix, I believe just Rebecca Allen is the main one. And if you guys didn't see, which is, it adds a little bit to the depth, overall context for Phoenix, but they did trade Sutton off of the bench, so they no longer have that as, both Cloud and Taurasi's, closer, backup garbage time player. Just something to keep in mind for today. They have new bodies coming in here, basically largely irrelevant players, but just something to keep an eye out for. With all that being said, though, I got Phoenix picking up the dub here. I think they can come out, handle business. The first time these teams played, Griner wasn't with the team, and it was super early on in the season, so I don't want to take anything from context, honestly, out of that game. But, honestly, I think Phoenix is clear-cut better team. I think this is actually really, really good odds for a straight bet. Minus 148 for... dude, on paper, Phoenix is the obvious team here, right?
They should be, but Atlanta's been playing crazy good lately with good old Canada, so it's hard to know. But yeah, Phoenix does have the better team on paper, but you never know.
Yeah, absolutely. Either one of these teams are liable to come out and fall flat on their offense, so that is a thing. But I'm going to give a little bit of faith here to Phoenix, and if you guys have books too, or at least DraftKings, let me see, do they give us alternate game lines for this first one? Okay, they did. So one, I would also consider this over 155 for minus 360. That's a decent little parlay piece that you can add into some of your bets here. The pace for both these teams is going to be pretty high, and if they go to kind of the default 3-point contest that they might have, we could have a really, really high scoring game. So I don't mind that either, but if we're talking just straight bets here and then two different parlay pieces that we're going to have, I think is kind of a solid leans for tonight. I got to run it back with, Vegas on the other side. Minus 310 for the home team is I think really favorable. That's an easy 2 parlay piece. I believe we can even add it with that as well. Yeah, look at that, minus 147. So get a little exposure to that as well. Now, I will say the last time that these teams played, or at least the last time that they played in Vegas, it was a massive upset. It was quite the beatdown. Minnesota actually put up 100-plus points on Vegas in Vegas. Now, if there's anything I know about Vegas, they don't lose to any team twice in Vegas. It just doesn't happen. So for me, I got this predictive coming out as Vegas is going to pick up the second here for their third meeting. And then the fourth game we'll see, which will be in Minnesota. I'll almost bet that Minnesota will pick up that victory. So minus 310, got to like these odds for that. Get some exposure to the three of these tonight. And, you can round robin that. And yeah, I feel pretty good about those.
Word up.
Word. All right, and then let's talk about. I guess we're going to talk about Underdog since.
Hey, before you get to it, there's one somebody put in chat, which is dope. I looked it up. I fact checked it. It's Ryan Sartell. He says, "Hey family, PGA prop on Underdog. You should go get it. Wyndham Clark top 20 finish. Yes, is minus 175 odds on books, and UD has it at 1.13 payout. And I looked at Bovada, and it's true. It's actually minus 200 to finish in the top 20. And so I think that's a good play to throw out there before they remove it. They're paying you extra money. I think they're fucking up. Type in Clark up there. Type in Clark. And then see the finish in the top 20 at 1.13. That.
Oh, yeah.
That's minus 200 on Bovada right now. So that's a nice little play he gave us. I'd say at least put a little something. I don't know shit about PGA, but that does look like a little error or a little, extra payout.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. Little money. Appreciate it.
Well, I guess what we have. Oh, yeah. Super appreciated. Anytime we can find some errors or discrepancies like that. You shout out to Underrated here. You find that Griner and Reese, it was supposed to be PR.
Oh, that was sweaty.
PA.
Whew, that was sweaty.
Yeah, it definitely ended up being a lot more sweaty than it was, and thank God it wasn't an error because we would have totally been cooked on the rebound side. But stuff like that, Underdog still has been doing this from time to time, so I definitely don't mind that. Well, I guess here real fast before it goes away, because I'm about to lock this in some plays too. A couple plays we got in the queue here. First up's the Copper under 2.5 threes. This is just honestly a full point higher than it should be. She's been at 1.5 all season. I know the payout kind of sucks at 0.71x, but decent parlay piece. We did get it at 0.83 the other day for our not only the stream but also the video. Links down below. Make sure you guys in the Discord. So the payout did move a little bit on that. That kind of sucks, but still like it. Tough matchups. Just going to see Ryan Howard basically the entire game. Jordan Canada. Phoenix gives up the... Gotta check my notes real fast. Top 4 assists per game? Where's it at? Yeah, so Phoenix giving up top, actually have the stats over here. But her minutes is the biggest thing. So Phoenix is number 3 in assists allowed. Canada being back, I mean, she basically jumped out of the gate playing pretty heavy minutes. She had 29 and 34, and I think she's totally good to go. The 2 games back, she had a 66% assist rating and a 33% assist rating. So now with Haley back to the bench, I mean, it's pretty much her full dominance playmaking. So 6.5 is pretty solid. 7 on PrizePicks, it's got a push factor. So if you want to take it there, that's on you. And yeah, I mean, minutes, production, matchup, all that stuff. So check marks across the board for that. And then last up's going to be, at least I had it in the queue. The payout also kind of mediocre, but Jackie Young under 2.5. She's just really struggled to be consistent from beyond the arc. And now this team's back to being fully healthy. They just run her in that kind of mid-range area. So the matchup, though, is very elite. Minnesota has been stout against the three-point shooting, and they are not allowing any of that really at all. So only 6 threes made per game on average, 6.5 threes. That's a really low volume. And the other thing for her is she just doesn't shoot a lot from 3. So, somebody who's going to shoot it basically on a good day 7 to 8 times at best, but just on an average night, anywhere from like 4 threes attempted per game, you're going to have to show me. So tough matchup. Bridget's been pretty solid on the wing, and they've been pretty good on that so far through the season. So we got those for these 3 plays, and personally, I love Canada. I absolutely love it. I know Underrated, you got a personal love for her too.
Oh yeah, Canada's the shit. She doesn't get she's underrated. She's an underrated player. She just doesn't get the love that she really kind of deserves when she gets on the court, I think. I mean, people weren't even really talking about her, and she came and joined Atlanta. You see what Atlanta's been doing lately, so it speaks for itself.
Yeah. Exactly. A whole new and reinvigorated player, in my opinion. But at least with the payout boost we get from this, it's over a 3x with a discount from her. So I do like that. I'm gonna go ahead and throw like $15 on this at least, get it some exposure of that, and just also prove you guys, we play everything we talk about here. So, and also we ride with you guys a lot, more than you know. I promise. If anything's talked about in the Discord, we're probably getting in a card somewhere. So, shout out to Homie, bring that up on the stream, and hopefully we cashing out with that.
Yay! I like it. It's fun.
All right. So now that PrizePicks is working for me again,
yay!
We had a couple plays that we were definitely interested in. I'm gonna shout out Big Underrated here. I'm gonna throw up the first in the queue for Jackie Young under these free throws. I think that's a phenomenal call.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Free Throw Champion. Hey, you're the free throw whisperer. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, it had my interest already. Outside of just the obvious last 5. Matchup wise, bottom. I think actual bottom 2 free throws allowed per game. Let's see. So bottom 2, New York and Minnesota, very comparable. And she just played New York the other day, only had 2 free throw attempts. I think for her, this is definitely on the higher side. She should be at 2.5. And for this matchup, I think it's pretty solid.
Good. Like it. It's a fun one.
For sure. Now, another one that I had interest in was this Taurasi. Her 3s attempted at 7. It does have a bit of a push factor, but I'm going to have some interest in this just in general. So thinking of the defensive setup that more than likely Atlanta's probably going to roll out, there's a really good chance they are going to put I think Canada actually might cover Taurasi here, but or not Canada. Yeah, Canada. There's a good chance that she actually might end up covering her. And I mean, Canada's not a phenomenal defender at all, but it'll either be her or Shades of Grey be out there trying to cover her. And neither one of them are phenomenal defenders at all. So at least the attempts, I think, is pretty solid. She dropped a 40 bomb on Atlanta last year too, so there's definitely ceiling potential. And if they're trailing for whatever reason, she's gonna be chucking it even more. So I think that's pretty solid value there. And man, I hate this thing keeps removing my plays out of the queue.
Ugh.
Very, very obnoxious.
PrizePicks has been shitty lately.
Yes, very, very obnoxious. Oh yeah, another one was this Alana Smith, the rebounds. I think this is a pretty solid one just for the key matchup. She's gonna be down low. Seeing Asia a whole lot, and Stokes has been an absolute just stop sign, allowing a ton of rebounding to the opposition. So it does have a bit of a push factor. If you guys can find this on the books at 5.5, definitely play that there. But PrizePicks standard, I don't think it's not that bad.
Fucking PrizePicks, man. Fucking PrizePicks.
Yeah. Now, another one I did also have interest in between the two of them. So I see they took Canada's free throws down, which, to be honest, I think was a total trap. It was at 3.5, which is kind of high in general. But she has a really limited sample size for her games this year, so I don't want to go too crazy with her scoring upside. But Alicia Gray is very, very interesting. Her on-court matchup is probably going to be some combination of... See, I think they actually put Copper on Gray this time, because what they did the first time that Griner wasn't there, they ended up putting... they put Cloud on Tina Charles, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. But it's just how they're running the defense with her. Is basically their stout lockdown defender. So now that Griner's back, I think they leave Tina Charles alone there, and they actually put Cloud on Ryan Howard, who's their key shooter and leader and what have you. But that would leave Alicia Gray to more than likely have Kalia Copper on her. So I'm thinking they scheme up the defense like that, and then that would leave Canada guarding Taurasi. So a bit more of a favorable matchup for Taurasi on the court, and Griner for that matter. But yeah, something to definitely pay attention to. But how you feel about any of these free throws? I mean, they gave us all of Atlanta's.
I'm not sure. To be honest, I don't know. I didn't look at those. I knew that Minnesota was definitely a team to look at who was going against Minnesota, and Jackie was the one that stuck out. So I just went with that one. The rest of them seemed a little neutral to me.
Yeah, totally feel that. I think if I had to pick, Alicia Gray was definitely, she was calling my name earlier. This recent games look good. I can see her getting at least 2 trips to the line here, and Phoenix is allowing top 5, I think like top 4 free throws per game. Yeah, top 5. So it's not a phenomenal spot, but it's a low-hanging fruit for sure, and it's right here for a season average as well. So something to consider. But man, I like these two. I'm going to take Alana off here just because you can find her at 5.5.
Funny you do that. I was about to do that exact thing. Just play those two real quick. I like those.
Oh, they grade her out. So her payout might be changing. But yeah, I think on PrizePicks, this is totally fine. These two picks feel pretty safe.
And those are those ones that we were talking about, man. Like when PrizePicks gives us that shit value, we can go with these two. These aren't on any other sites. I mean, fantasy sites. They aren't on books, though. So these are the ones I'm comfortable playing on PrizePicks.
Yeah, 100%. And, that's been one of the appeals to playing on PrizePicks is, these extra props like this. But, yeah, it's only 2 games today, so nothing too crazy. I would say definitely save your coin for Friday. We have a massive 4-game slate. It'll be protected play and all that good stuff. Tomorrow there's only 1 game, a turnaround rematch for New York and Dallas, so that's kind of a bit of a stinker. So we'll have some light action for that tomorrow. But, yeah, there's gonna be some good live betting today, folks. I'm gonna tell you right now, there's gonna be some good live bets.
Yes, that's so fun. I'm glad I'm back today. I missed it yesterday. I watched you guys do it. I was missing out.
Yeah, yep, I know. It's one of our best potential live days that we've had in a long time.
It's just so fun. People jump into the Discord and, we got the 7-day trial, as you see on the bottom. The link's in the description. Come in and live bet with us today. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, buddy. All right, so and we'll just leave the rest, I think, here for questions because we've already had some plays, posted in the Discord and what have you.
Okay.
Man, I'm sure some last minute plays we're going to cook up on voice chat right before lock. So, yeah, I guess let's just go ahead and hop into some questions. We'll riff for about the next 30 minutes, answer everything that you guys got, and keep an eye out for news.
Sounds good. Well, first we have Ian, and he's first.
Yo, what's up, dude?
He got it. Then we have Ryan, who gave us the PGA prop, and we appreciate that, bro. We're all going to be riding with you today, so that'll be fun. Ian says, let's get it. Let's see what else we got here. CJ says, I'm doing all 2-man slips today and keeping it light. Hey, I don't blame you. When you feel it, you feel it. You should stay like that, right with it. If you're feeling it, go with your instinct. Cam Thomas is here. Old Chosen. What's up, bro? What's up, bro?
Bingo.
He said bingo. Cool. Ken says PrizePicks refuses to add Sophie's lines, especially rebounds. I know you had Sophie day before yesterday, and then they took it off the board.
Yeah, I think that play lasted for like 20 minutes. It was her PR was at 8.5, which I am still led to believe that had to have been an error because her points were literally at 8 the day before, and the rebounds were at least 4.5 because we played that. So wild error if that was in fact an error. Yeah, they picked up Monique Billings, but she's still going to play secondary off the bench. They've been happy with Sophie so far. And I think, honestly, the true test for Sophie was the Reese matchup. They tied her off between, playing off on the wing, and they put Cloud down low. And the trade-off was Sophie actually was able to handle her. And she didn't get in foul trouble either. So I think she's, Sophie's proven. Hell, last year or the year before they had Griner back, she was playing at the 4 and the 5 all year. So she's got some wild, leash and minutes here for the team. But I agree. Keeping out for those rebound props should be very appealing in this matchup, especially with the amount of kind of inside game that Atlanta runs anyways. Sophie hanging out on the inside there, though, should see some potential for sure.
Ian says, first in attendance, first to light up some good stuff. That's going to be me lighting it up second. First to like, first to everything. I'm the boss. There you go, Ian.
Hey.
And he says, first to like. And yeah, that reminds me, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting the like for us, that would help us out a lot. We appreciate y'all. Cool Ken says, man, these boys are extra late today. That was all me. It's all me. All me. I applause myself. Let's see. CJ says, what's good with y'all, family? Cash out yesterday on 5 slips. Ooh-wee. That's what's up, bro. Good to hear. Love that.
Yeah, love it.
Mike says, Stewie points on Thursday. He knows it's not today, but sometimes you do got to get in a little early. What do we know about Sabrina? And do you have any leans with Stewie?
I don't mind it. I would definitely like to wait and see if Sabrina's playing. Now, she was still just a Q tag again today with the neck injury. I believe Phoebich, though, however, might actually be out. So let me look at that real fast.
There's no T in there's no T in her pronunciation. It's Bish.
That's what I'm saying. That Bish. She knows what she is.
Be Bish. Hey, I seen another dude today talking about their menstrual cycle and how that could affect different women, and we need to have a chart going.
The flow chart.
The flow chart. Oh my gosh, where's the dun?
Yeah, so that old Bish, she's questionable as well. She picked up a rib injury this last game, so I like Stewie. Don't get me wrong, I definitely like her. She's absolutely just destroyed Dallas, and it's still in New York, so that is a thing. But if Sabrina's ruled in, they're definitely lowering this back down to at least 21.5, if not all the way down to 20.5. So, do keep in mind out for that. But yeah, if you want to take in the blind right now, I totally get it.
Okay. He also says, Ian, good job. And he says, LFG, smoke him if you got him. I'm doing it. Thank you. Cashier Family for Life says, yes, sir. Just cash family. Let's get this bread today. Smash the like button into the ground. Need that positive energy and vibes for tonight. I feel it.
Sure.
Let's try to get to 50 likes, my guys. We're at 25. We can do it. We got a couple movie trivias for you today. What else we got? Cashier Family says, yeah, I'm with the VC. It was dope to kick it with E and the fellas. Yeah, come on in the Discord, get in a voice chat with us. Whoever is not in the Discord, come through.
Yeah, man, that was dope yesterday. Not even gonna lie, just hanging out. I mean, because that's all we were, doing during the downtime, just hanging out, shooting the shit, and it was good to hear some voices that have been anonymous in the Discord for a long time. So shout out to you guys for making that fun. And yeah, we're definitely gonna try and do that a little bit more often. Honestly, I think that was great to kind of break in, finally get into that live betting though, especially was really nice. So. Don't miss out.
Live betting in the voice chat. You can get them out quicker that way, yeah. So people can, start playing the stuff at the same time instead of waiting for the screenshot, etc. And then stuff bumps so quick, etc. La 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 la. Chris Singleton says, "Do you think Minnesota can cover the +7?"
I mean, honestly, I do, and I definitely don't mind that because that feels a touch high. The first half at 4, it's not quite the typical extra heavy discount we get, but that's not bad either. So, I mean, the biggest thing about Vegas, though, is their second half and their closing ability. That's one thing they've really been able to lean on a lot in most of these situations, whereas Minnesota has been somewhat of the opposite of that. Like, they come out very, very efficient. Because it's not even like a matter if their offense is doing well. Their defense can keep the game very competitive, or at least within reach the whole time. I have hair in my face. But it's the late stretch in the third quarter and the opening to the fourth quarter. It's really where Vegas shines. So that is something to consider. I think if you're straight betting it, it's good value. I mean, it's definitely good value, -112. So I like that. And I mean, honestly, if you got DK, man, don't be afraid to, because they love to do this with the name value teams like Vegas. Their opponents, man, they'll give you a long leash for a plus spread. So this one, you can kick it all the way out to +17.5, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, do keep an eye out for that though.
Yeah, I like that. DK does give you a lot of options. You can definitely don't be scared of that. Like you said, that's really cool to actually find little niches and different things. Don't be afraid to go away from what everyone else is betting. That's really where the value is, to be honest. Chris Singleton also says, how do you feel about Canada's RA at 10.5? Thinking of taking the over.
Yeah, the RA is kind of interesting,
Yeah, now that I think about it, right, with the Phoenix rebounding.
Yeah, oh shoot, yeah, I didn't even think about that. So the only problem with her though is she unfortunately takes a backseat to the rebounding portion. So I'm with you on the assist. Dude, I love her assist today. Low key, I actually kind of got her projected for about 8 to 9 assists today, maybe even a double-double. Shout out to, you can take her double-double at +550. You heard it here if she gets it.
What if she doesn't?
It's just really... Do what?
I said, what if she doesn't get it? Then what? Do we still hear it from here?
You can let me hear about it. But that's just, if we're swinging for the fence here, dang it, then this is definitely something that's nice.
I like it.
But yeah, man. So I love the assist upside for her today. I really do. I absolutely love it. I just don't know about the rebounding. And she could get 2. She could get 4.
The Phoenix, though, the Phoenix part makes me lean a little more for the over, just because of that Phoenix
right.
opponent.
So, that does kind of tip my hat for it, but I will say I think she's got a hard cap right around 4 rebounds. Maybe she gets 5 tonight, and that'll be an outlier, but she's really, really been capped around 4 rebounds. Okay. But I don't mind it, honestly, for plus money. And since I'm feeling frisky today anyways, I'm sure Underdog has it for...
While you're looking at her too, CJ says her fantasy. He says she can score and lock a MF up. What do you think about her fantasy?
Yeah, so the fantasy is okay, and the only reason why I say that mostly is just again who I have predicting her on-court matchup is going to be. With her guarding Taurasi, there's going to be really minimal kind of stock upside. If anything, she's probably going to maybe get a block out there on the 3-point line, but Taurasi's been pretty good about, maybe she's not scoring the ball, but at least not getting shut down as far as defensively. Now, if she ends up squaring up against, say, because I don't even want to say Cloud, man, because Cloud's been like a total dud on defense.
Are you talking about Tosh like that?
Yeah. I don't know, because so reverse on defense, they're actually going to have her covering Cloud. Now that I'm thinking about it, so it'll be Canada on Cloud, Howard on Copper, and then they're going to put probably Gray on Taurasi. So I don't know, man. That's kind of tough there. I mean, if Cloud's doing her playmaking and stuff like that, she comes with the turnovers, so Canada can definitely grab a bunch of stocks there. But I just don't know, man. Cloud has just been, she's doing nothing on offense, like at all. Field goal volume is all over the place. The shooting efficiency, she's picking up fouls because of some of the defensive matchups, and I don't know. The turnovers have been coming back down too from that as well. So, you see kind of earlier on in the season where she was doing a bunch of the playmaking, that was coming with the turnovers as well. But now she's not even doing the playmaking. So I'm kind of like, she's going to get 2 turnovers, but is Canada going to get a steal off of that? I don't know.
Funny you said Gray on Taurasi. It reminded me, dang, they're slow and old. What do you think the combination of their ages is? Gray and Taurasi.
Yeah, well, that's Alicia Gray I was talking about there, but
oh yeah, it was, huh? I just thought of Gray and Taurasi in general. That's funny. My bad. Just thinking of them covering each other. The joint has kicked in officially.
What's Canada's fantasy at? I know it's got to be like 30. Yeah, 31 and a half. Whew, man, that's high. I don't mind it because she plays insane minutes, and that's really the best thing I would say. But dude, even she played all 40 minutes of the Chicago game and only put up 25 fantasy. So I have to warn against the scoring upside. Like, I think some of that is definitely suspect to dog. She might be putting up like 9-10 points a game. Like this 19 points here. That's a lot of free throws. She hit 2 threes, which hasn't done all season either. I know super limited sample size, but still, there's a big old question mark for her. But I think the RA, I could plant my flag definitely on the assist, but the RA, if anything, I think we can go with that.
Yeah, I agree. Cashier Family for Life says FanDuel definitely does have Alana Smith rebounds at 5.5, 100. There we go. Good plan. Always try to find the value, my guys, especially if you have the different sites and you're in the right state to play the other books, man. It's huge. What else we got? Ian says he likes Chelsea Gray's over first half 4.5 points. Or what do you think about it? He's saying.
Yeah, she's been more productive in the first half, so I think that makes a little bit more sense, but she's been such a wild card. I think the field goal volume, realistically, she should be sitting somewhere between like this 8 to 10 field goal attempts, but I don't know, man. Like she looks good some of these games, and then some of these games she comes out and just does absolutely nothing. So the on-court matchup though, it's not bad. Courtney Williams, she's not a great defender by any means, but she's also pretty decent. So it's just the volume with, Chelsea. That's really it. We have no idea. Is she coming out shooting the ball 4 or 5 times? Or is it going to be, 9, 12 times? I have no idea.
Right,
she's got to be super efficient because she's not shooting threes. Like these are fluky threes.
Yeah. Well, at least it's only 4.5, so it's worth taking a tiny stab at it, but I feel you. Most likely.
Yeah, you need a 3-point play in there because otherwise you're asking for 3 buckets in the first half for somebody who maybe is shooting the ball 8 to 9 times a game. And that's super efficient.
Ian also says, what about Cloud at under 31 fantasy on PrizePicks?
Yeah, that one actually had a little bit of my interest just because, again, how she's been playing as of late. The playmaking's not there. She's not, really not even attempting to shoot the ball now that the team's back at full strength. So really the only thing you're sweating with her is just the block and steal upside. If she gets 3 or more stocks, you're probably cooked unless she has a lot of turnovers. But if she goes out, gets 2 stocks, and kind of has a normal game, then I think high 20s is definitely doable. But beyond 30, a bit of a question mark there. Oh, but I do have to warn the Sutton trade. That's very impactful. The fact that she will not be available to close the game out, I think is something maybe a little bit in the back of the heads we got to think about. Cloud could play closer to 35, 36 minutes as opposed to like just 30.
Good point. Definitely something to remember. John Johnson says Natasha Cloud under 4.5 rebounds and under 11.5 points, and that goes right with what you said. It's kind of scary now.
Yeah, so the rebounds, I think honestly is the even more appealing lean here. It's she's gonna be chasing Ryan Howard around, so the pros and cons of that, 2 things. One is Howard shoots a lot of threes, so as their primary 3-point shooter, that means Cloud is going to be out on the line trying to guard her for that. But also, slight drawback to that is she's one of their best slashers, and she's been getting to the free throw line a bunch lately too. So those slashes to the basket, if she's not converting or getting a foul call there's a really high likelihood it's either going to be Griner or Cloud herself down low to snag that rebound. But hit rating, I think, is actually pretty solid. Well below 50% hit rating on the season. So 10 games out of 27 she's only got there, so we're almost talking a third of a hit rating. Yeah, I don't mind that. I think that's actually pretty solid. You're just gonna be sweating the random long balls from Atlanta, so pray they're not bricking a ton.
Matt says Plum. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask real fast, what's the odds on that? Oh yeah, she's at 3.5 rebounds, so 4.5. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I wonder where that came from. Where's her 4.5?
I'm not sure.
Underdog 0.91x.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. We're gonna add that to the queue. I think that's appealing.
Let's see where else that is too.
Okay. I can definitely mess with that. Yeah, that's crazy. There's not even like juice on the over for the 3.5.
Yeah, I see 3.5 everywhere, even each way. So.
Okay. Well,
although we just got to keep in mind it's a rebound. It can happen. And if she gets those extra minutes, we're a little, I did like the under 11.5 yesterday, RA, but they took that off too. I think it's 10.5 now.
She was chilling at 11. Let's see. Yeah, down 10.5 now. So shout out Underrated. Got that value secured early the other day.
Hey, speaking of that, Matt, the next question is Plum under 3.5 assists, and we posted 4.5 same day. Hey, value day.
Yes, sir.
So do you think 3.5 is getting down there a little too much, though? 3.5 and McBride under 3.5. They're both McBride. Well, they both feel pretty similar, right? McBride and Plum, they aren't really playmaking too much. I will say Vegas is a scary matchup with McBride now today, huh?
It is. Just because they do shoot a lot of threes, and they lead the league in assists per game. So there's a few underlying metrics. So for McBride, one thing that would scare me is the fact that she cleared that 3.5 in both of the meetings so far. But it's massive juice on the under. The only problem with McBride is mostly on the shoulders of Courtney Williams, and the fact that she is not playing minutes on the road still. I'll tell you guys straight up, I absolutely love Courtney Williams 5.5 or her 10.5 RA today. She absolutely smashed this into the ground the 2 games they played, but her minutes, her rotation, all that was totally different. She was playing heavy minutes, high stuff, and now I can't do it on the road games, man. Her road game minutes continue to be proven that she's not playing in these games. And yeah, I mean, some of this, yeah, we'll say, like, for example, for the Seattle one, it was a bit of a blowout, but this last game, they needed her at the majority of the game, and she was not playing minutes. 21 minutes again on the road, 17 on the road, 20 on the road, 26 on the road. She's not played past 30 minutes on any road game basically this season, and for me, that's a huge concern. I don't know what's up with her or the coach or whatever this is, but ever since the beginning of the season, like, this has not happened anymore. So slight red flag for me. So i.e. that's going to lead to some production for somebody else, and McBride's been in the mix too. They run the offense through her on the offset, and if it's not down or setting the pick and roll with Alana Smith, then they're going to kick it to the outside, and she's a secondary playmaker there. So there is that to consider. But if I had to pick, I think I would stay with McBride under. Plum at 3.5. That is a wild sweat. I don't know if I can stomach that. Can you? Obviously, we had it at 4.5 the other day, but 3.5. How are you feeling about this, man? I feel like this is kind of.
Yeah, I'd pass.
That's so low.
Yeah, I'd pass. There's no need.
I mean, how many games has she had under 4? Like, that's the hit rating alone would kind of be a little shaky. So 17 out of the 26 games, so definitely above 50%. I don't know. So one thing you got to consider too, if Plum is not making buckets like this previous meeting against Minnesota, if she's not scoring, she's a default playmaker every time, all the time, every time. And again, Minnesota crapped the bed, 13 points. This is a game they got spanked, but she still walked away with 4 assists. So if it was at 4 flat, maybe, but 3.5, man, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I agree. How about Collier under fantasy? Ian says.
Yeah, I saw a couple folks, online were talking about that. I mean, it's a difficult matchup. The on-court matchup, more than likely, Asia's probably going to take her, and they're going to put Stokes on Alana Smith. So you got some added foul trouble, some added turnover risk. The only thing with her you really got to sweat is just the block and steal upside. She's going to see plenty of chances, vice versa, down low against Asia, which I think they're going to open with Alana Smith on Asia like they have the last couple games. But once they make first subs, she spends a lot of time one-on-one down at the 4 in that crossover with Asia. So there is that kind of a sweat, but it's not really a good matchup. And I kind of got that low-key feeling that Vegas is going to come out on one today.
Chris Singleton says, I'm in California. The only sports book I have is Fliff, and they don't allow alt line total scores or alt line spreads until the game is in play as a live bet. Yeah, it's just tough, man. Like, we just see all the different books, and we see the PrizePicks and the Underdogs and how they try to jack us and scam us. So we just got to be smart about every play we make is all, just got to look at the value. And we're trying to figure that out with you guys and try to help everybody win the most they can, because bookies can fucking fuck themselves. So, if you're in California, it is definitely harder. You can find things like Bovada and different offshore sites. You didn't hear it from me, but you can, and you can do things like that there too. But if you don't want to do stuff like that, we just got to make really smart bets and don't do those type of ones where the value's wrong. And we'll all learn together. If you don't understand it, we can figure it out. But let's make sure we just play the best value we can, because betting is hard in general. We want to make sure we win. In the long run, we got to win. So he says, and he goes on to say, if you think Canada can get 8 to 10 assists, I don't mind taking a chance on her to get anywhere from 2 to 4 rebounds. Somewhere within that range with 8 assists would be delightful. I'll ride with the RA. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's definitely worth the risk to play tonight. If you're gonna do it, make sure you get your maximum bang for the buck there. But yeah, man, I seriously would not be surprised if she gets at least 8 assists tonight, like at least. I mean, shoot, Haley Jones in their first game, she went out there and barely played 20 minutes, and she still had 5 assists and I believe 3 rebounds or 2 rebounds as well. So, yeah, I mean, Canada, dude, if she's giving us 30, 35 minutes tonight at least, she's going to kill everything.
People are on Canada, yeah. Next one says, talking about the turnovers on Phoenix side, Taurasi 2, Cloud 3.5, Copper 3 per game, all of those. And so he said he likes Canada's steal upside as well. So
yeah. No, I mean, it makes total sense. You know, mostly it's just Cloud, though. This is the one you're banking on to have the most turnovers. And again, just recently, like, I don't know what's up with her.
Right. Trail 2 Trill says, what you think about Asia and Charles rebound combo? We haven't talked about combos today.
Yeah, this one was definitely interesting. So the only thing that I will say is Tina is definitely high, and they bumped her up again. Oh my goodness!
It might be time to go under.
That's high up there. So I mean, one thing I will say that is a red flag for me is, you know, again, the 3-point shooting from Phoenix has dwarfed a lot of the rebound potentials for a lot of different centers. So that is a bit of a sweat. I got to throw that caution into the wind, and the fact that they keep bumping her up, I think this is we're getting on up there towards that range. Now, granted, with Parker being out, it's going to free up some more minutes, but dude, honestly, I would rather her fantasy or something. Like, it's the only line they have not given out at all on any sites today is her fantasy, because she's going to have a ton of block upside against Griner down low. I don't mind the rebounding. I think maybe even her assist upside could be slightly better than just the rebound. So, yeah, dude, I don't know about her straight up rebounds. I like Asia, though. I definitely like Asia. But 9.5 rebounds, that's so high.
You can't do that.
Yeah, like, what? How? And PrizePicks has been doing this nonsense too. So we'll take Tina Charles here, for example. So she's at 8.5, clearly a complete difference. And even Alicia Gray, 14.5, and she's at 15.5 on PrizePicks. So just do your homework. You know, make sure you're price shopping it adequately. And
well, think about it too, E. Like, you know, a lot of people use that positive EV stuff. So just think about it easily. It's easy to think about. Okay, PrizePicks puts two of those 2 plays you just saw, just 1 point above or low or below. They're going to get a little run on people betting that the other way, you know? So they did it for a reason. So those are the type of things to pay attention to. Like, let's see what happens with Charles rebounds and Alicia Gray's points, you know? They're betting.
Yeah.
PrizePicks is betting, basically betting with us. They're betting against us. They're betting against positive EV people right there is what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So I wouldn't be surprised to even see that one or those 2 different ones level out. But the minutes, I think the minutes is more the appealing factor for the combo. You know, Asia's going to play her minutes, obviously. But Tina Charles, seeing hopefully at home, can't trust her on the road still, got to say that. But at home has had at least a longer leash. And now the fact that Parker's out leads me to believe that she's going to have to play more. But I kind of like Tina's scoring upside a little bit more, if I'm being honest. But it makes sense, you know. It makes sense. We're definitely leaning more on Asia here, though, I got to say.
Speaking of, next question is Asia's fantasy under. What do you think about that? And I will say, I was looking at, this, call me silly, but I was looking at Asia under first half PRA. Is that ridiculous? Does that hurt?
No. I mean, her first half is stupid high. It was what, 22, 20? Yeah, 20.
I think it was 20.5 yesterday or last night or something.
Yeah. But I mean, still, anything over 20 has been high for her. So I mean, the biggest appeal for her is going to be the fantasy upside. So the it not being at 29 is a bit of a surprise, but she falls into a little bit more random blocks and steals. Now, I mean, again, she's going to be squaring up against Feezy, so there's going to be a lot of potential for blocks if Feezy's trying to force a shot down low. But I mean, in general, assuming they kind of space the floor and do their usual thing, we need the team to be more active than just Asia, because sometimes that's just the unfortunate part about going against her. I mean, you have Kia Stokes out there who virtually does nothing the entire game, and then it's kind of a hit or miss factor with Chelsea Gray. So I think if we see Gray today, then Asia will definitely have a dialed back role, but the Vegas squad, I mean, they shoot a ton of threes, so that defensive matchup against the threes might just lead a little bit more production on the inside.
Yeah, Asia's a little scary today, I will say. Her lines are high, but it's a big game, and you know how they like to go to Asia in those big games, so it's a little part scaring me. Ian says Howard over 7 3-point attempts. Ryan Howard over 7 3-point attempts on PrizePicks.
Yeah, I mean, we just need Howard to show up. On paper, this is a prime ideal, I think the best 3-point matchup. So if she's coming out doing her thing, I definitely don't mind it. But I'm also, again, I'm going to be a little wary because I'm pretty sure they're going to put Cloud on her. And Cloud's been, I wouldn't say a lockdown defender, but at least on the 3-point shooting, she's been a very big thorn in the side. So we need Howard to show up, man. She got to show up.
How about Courtney Williams isn't getting the minutes? Can we take a chance on the under 10 RA? And don't look at what he said before that. I see you over there looking.
No, it's looking
okay,
at
good. Don't even look.
Twitter news and seeing.
Don't even look.
Dude, I don't know how to feel about Courtney Williams today. Like, personally, I want to go under just because of what I've seen lately. But the rebounding been a little bit scary. She's been getting after the boards a little bit more often. But it's the minutes. I mean, if she comes out and she plays less than 25 minutes, she's going to stay under. If she plays close to 30 or over 30, she's going to go over. The two meetings they played, though, man, she wrecked the RA line. I mean, 9 and 8 assists alone. That's kind of scary.
I have a funny feeling she's going to go over her lines, but at the same time, it's Courtney Williams, so you can't trust her, bro. Just can't trust her no matter what.
And that's the problem, because, dude, I'm telling you, I want to take this 10.5 RA so bad. Y'all have no idea, especially for the plus money that it's at right now. But we can't trust her. She's not proven on the road. If this is a home game, I'd be like, sure, but on the road, I haven't seen it yet.
3 times here. He says, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. What's your favorite DK play for today, he's saying. And if you guys could, again, hit the likes for us. We are at about 31. We need 19 more before we get off here. For good luck for all of our bets today, my guys. 19 more. And what's your favorite DK play today?
Yeah, I really like the Aces to pick up the win here at home. I think they're going to come out and do their thing. I'm assuming you may have missed earlier, but we were going to kind of round robin between these three. I did like Phoenix. I think they're clear-cut better team. And then the alternate total for the Phoenix and Atlanta game. And, I mean, you probably could even do it for the Minnesota game, too, for that matter. But the track meet that we should see here between these two teams should be pretty appealing. So, oh, my goodness, the hiccups. Yeah, so those, and then I was just skimming through the alt lines here. Some of this stuff we could definitely consider, but yeah, we'll circle back to that. But at least for just some of the straight bets here and stuff, I like these three.
DJ says, what do you think about Plum's first half fantasy at 13? She's 5-1 against them head to head.
What is she at? 13?
13 fantasy first half?
What's her PRA? Just 11.5 PRA. Ooh, I guess it moved down. Oh, it's at 13. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, you just need her to make some shots. I don't know what's up with her shooting inefficiency. Last game she missed 2 free throws too consecutively. That's weird. Like, she don't ever miss free throws. I like it in general, but I don't know about for this matchup, man. This is a very difficult matchup from the 3-point shooting. We need her to probably get us a stock. So, I mean, if she gets that, I think that's definitely live. But The turnovers could definitely be there as well. Minnesota's causing a lot of those. And she's probably going to have McBride chasing her around. Or, probably McBride. It's not bad. I mean, we just need her to go out and do her thing, man. I don't know what's up with her lately. Like, these last couple games have been very obnoxious.
John Johnson says Collier under 13.5 points in rebounds. I think you might mean rebounds and assists. I don't know.
Yeah, it already bumped down on PrizePicks. I know that, but
okay.
I believe Underdog still had it up. I know. Shout out Big Chosen. He was pretty high, or maybe he wasn't high on it, but he posted that earlier for us. So shout out there. Yeah, it's still at 0.9 here. I don't mind it. They have a lot of rebounders on the team. I think more so than anything, there's a lot of rebound downside for her for this matchup. The assist could be a little bit on the scarier side, I'll be honest, just because of the pace of the game as a whole. And if Asia's out there trying to guard her, she's probably going to try and get the ball out of her hands to somebody else. So, yeah, I don't mind it. If you can still find it at a reasonable payout or for the 0.9, that's not bad.
DJ says, I agree. I took Asia under PRA first half. Shit might be a sweat, though. Yeah, it's definitely going to be. It should be. I thought about it, and then I thought about how am I going to feel if Asia just does one of her Asia things. It's not going to be fun, so I just didn't do it.
Dude, it's high, though. I mean,
it
on
is.
any matchup, honestly, 40 PRA for the full game, that's super high.
It is, but there's only one Asia.
Yep.
John Johnson says Griner over 6.5 rebounds looks decent. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I think the positional matchup is definitely appealing with Tina Charles down low. She has that kind of inside step back, so there's a really high conversion rate from her misses. The only thing about Griner, man, she gets kind of lazy down the stretch. She's the worst second half rebounder. So if she's not pacing, like we really need 4 rebounds. I'm going to say like 4 rebounds by half. If she's not pacing, you'll see this like right here, because this was a prime. I mean, we couldn't scream for a better rebounding matchup this last game against Chicago. And I mean, you see the first game, she showed up, she had 9, no problem. And the second game, she was not pacing the first half. She came way short of that. So just need the old pep in the step when she comes out in that first half. And I think it's not a bad call. I'm assuming there's juice on the over. If you want to see, you got the next movie trivia next. All right.
Yeah, you ready for it?
Real fast. Just maybe I would hold up on Griner here for just a little bit. I mean, they do have the juice actually under 6.5, so I don't know if PrizePicks will pull the trigger and actually bump her down to 6, but she's not going anywhere, at least if you want to hold up on that. And yes, sir, I am.
Okie dokie. Here we go. It's from Ian Warner Comedy. Appreciate you, bro. He says, it's from Pulp Fiction. When Jules and Vincent are discussing fast food differences between America and Europe, what does Vincent say a quarter pounder with cheese is called in Paris?
Oh, I actually know this one.
Let's hear it.
And it's a royale with cheese.
He's done it, folks. He has done it.
Hey.
There we go. All right. Well, that's a little bit of good luck
Love
for
that
all
movie.
of us. That's what's up, bro.
Oh yeah, I got the full attire on today too. I'm trying to bring all the juju.
Oh, yes. I love it. Okay, cool. So that reminds me, if you guys could hit the likes, we're almost getting there. It's for good luck on all of our bets. Jamal says, can you show the full Underdog card? Comments are blocking it.
Yeah, sorry.
But it's not a card, right? It's more like just plays in general.
Yeah. These are just plays that we had a lot of interest in, or just in general interest. Definitely not a slip, though. Definitely not a slip.
Okay. Andre Simon says, what's up, fam? These unders are still cashing. Let's eat. What are y'all 2 favorite unders? You know what? We've been turning into the under spot, and I can't lie. Kind of liking that. So what are our 2 favorite unders today?
Well, which site?
Either or, I guess just 2 favorite plays of the day. He's not asking which site.
I like the Jackie under just in general. I know we had her PR posted. We like the free throws under. I like her 3-point made under. Just
I had her
tough
PA
matchup.
posted too. Remember earlier?
Did you?
Yeah, her PA 22.5 a couple of days ago. Remember with the plum?
Was it? I thought it was PR. Was it PA?
PA, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And that's obviously bummed. So,
yeah. It's a lot of Jackies though.
Yeah. So I think in general, Jackie something under the Feezy under. I definitely don't mind this. I think 14 RA is a bit of a stretch.
Is that Copper 3.1 gone too? Oh no, that one too.
No, it's still there. Yeah,
just
a
payout.
bit of a worse payout.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys that were with us in the Discord. You got that at the 0.8, I think 0.83x. So a lot better payout for that. But yeah, I think that one's still pretty solid. And low-key, I really don't mind this 4.5 rebounds here. I'm looking at that a little bit more.
So if you had to pick two, what would it be?
I mean, maybe these two threes made right here. Honestly, these are pretty high bars for those two.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere in that.
Herman Jane is here. What's up, dude? He says plum under fantasy. Now you're getting, sweaty. Yeah, we're all over the place, but I like that. Everyone got different ideas.
She's kind of on the lower side. Come on now. What's she at? 25.5. Ooh, man, she was just 28 fantasy not that long ago. Okay, so let's look at the recent games here. So Washington, phenomenal matchup, 3-point shooting. Chicago, bad against 3-point shooting. Makes sense. This game is an all-star game, so don't look at that. The New York game, the entire Vegas team just totally shit the bed. I don't know what happened with that. And then the Sparks, she started off really hot and then ended up kind of cooling off towards the latter stretch of the game. So it's not bad. The only thing with her is you're just kind of sweating the minutes. She still goes out and plays 35 minutes pretty much every single night. So there is that, but it's gonna be all about the threes with her. If she's landing threes, then we're probably cooked. But if the scoring downside is there, then I think she'll definitely come up way short of that.
UTEP Baller says Diana Taurasi over 11.5 field goal attempts. I know you liked her 3-point attempts. What about her just field goal attempts in general? Or are you liking your threes better?
I mean, honestly, I'm leaning a little bit more towards the threes just on the fact that she's been getting to the free throw line way more lately. And that's kind of something to consider because it will take away from the actual field goal attempts. Majority of the volume is coming from threes. So I will say there's no world we're living in that she's going to clear that without clearing the threes. That hasn't happened yet. Or at least pushing. So you kind of get it in hand. She had these two games here where she only had 6, and then she had this one right at 7. So it's doable, but some of it also is going to hinge on how much Cloud is doing. So if we see Cloud starting to step it up, this is going to see a reduction.
What do you guys think about Carlton's points? He said he's leaning over 9 points. There's some push equity with her 3-point shooting. How does that hit you?
Yeah, I mean, she's going up against Jackie, so there is definitely that. It's not bad because, again, with the 3-point shooting, we do get that those increments, but she had a pretty night and day game against him. One of them, she lit him up from 3 and had a pretty solid game. And then the other one, she dropped 2 points in 23 minutes. She was in foul trouble, so, that is a thing. I'm a little kind of head scratch lately because her minutes have been slightly down, and I don't know what's up with that. She was a lock for 30 minutes there for a while. and now she's been kind of dipping back down towards that high 20s. So that is a thing that I'm a little bit concerned about, but I don't know, man. She's just so all over the place with the field goal volume. Like, that's the hardest thing to trust about her.
Well, while you're looking at her, the next one is Carlton over 3.5 boards. Aces are giving up 11th most boards to forwards.
So that was definitely one that I actually was looking at last night, and I'm kind of surprised nobody's really adjusted that yet. So she had a pretty stout hit rating. You know, I have to shout out for that. 15 out of the 26 games, so well over 50%. She cleared that in both of the games. 3.5 is definitely live. I would love to see her just play a few more minutes. That's the only thing. Like, yo, give me these minutes back.
What happened lately? Why is she getting a little less? I know she was in the 30s for a while.
I don't know. And that's why I'm like, this is a little bit on the side of caution for me. Slight red flags. But if we get her to come out and play over 30 minutes, yeah, I mean, I don't see no problem. And I don't know why the minutes are going down. I have no answer for you guys for that.
It's Eli says, is fee under 32.5 PRA a sweat?
The PRA? No. I mean, you're just sweating the scoring upside from her, but, you know, we do like the RA downside, so that makes sense.
Oh, he's talking about the PRA being scary. Yeah, Feezy's the star on the team, and it's a big game, so I just got to worry a little bit about that. But under's always better than over, so
yeah.
If you like it and you're feeling it, you probably got a good shot, really. John Johnson says Tina Charles has a chance to pass Taurasi in all-time scoring tonight. We were talking about that yesterday. But we're not really on Tina because it feels like she's a little of a reach here. Her lines are just a little too much, right?
Yeah. So I think she's in line to get. Oh man, what did I do? She's in line to get second most scoring. I don't think she's even close to Taurasi for the all-time second.
While you're looking that up, Matt says if you like Plum's under fantasy, it's 26 on Underdog. So appreciate that, Matt. Somebody said, I forget who it was, who wanted Plum's fantasy under, but best value, Matt's saying, is on Underdog. BTW.
It's good to know. I dropped some news earlier about her, because I know she's chasing the
He said Tina Charles plays since she's 10 points away from second all-time scorer.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure she's miles behind Taurasi. I'll double check that later, but yeah, she's 9 points behind Tina Thompson for second and 21 points behind 7,500. Yeah, Taurasi dropped. She's at 10,000, so she's not even. She'll never get that. But yeah, second place though for sure, which is one reason why we kind of like Tina Charles today a little bit. And I mentioned earlier the scoring upside for sure. I really liked that first half when she was at 7.5 points, but they had her at 15 flat. So I mean, this is really interesting. We just need her to come out and play her minutes. You know, as long as the coach gives her the normal reins like she has lately, and we get 30 minutes out of her, I think for sure she's getting like 16 points tonight. I can see it.
Well, we know the Cheyenne thing, so that helps the minutes. Is her points 14.5 on books by chance?
Yep.
Okay. That's not bad. That also might be a second half play. Sometimes Tina does fall off sometimes in the second half too. That's the scary part. But a lot of times they'll have her second half a little on the low side. So that might be a look as well. I'm probably not going to do it. The more I think about it though. Unless it's super low. In fact, we did our PRA last game and it actually worked out really good once we saw Cheyenne got hurt in the first half. So maybe we'll look at that again, depending on how the first half goes. What about Brittany Griner under? Any Brittany Griner unders hit you today at all when you were looking?
I mean, her points are kind of high, to be honest. Still at that 18.5, 19 range. I mean, 18 is kind of pushing it. But, it's not a great matchup. Like, Tina Charles doesn't foul a lot. If she's hitting that little mid-range step back, that is what it is. But both of the bigs are going to do that on each side of things. The only maybe concern is, Griner's probably going to match a lot of minutes with Tina Charles. So the more that Tina plays over the 30 minutes, further over 30 minutes that Griner might play. But the pace is something I think that's very appealing because she's been really gassed as of lately down the stretch, especially. We're really kind of sweating that first half production from her more than anything, but the cardio portion of it, she's been kind of getting run off the court, so don't mind that. We do need Natasha Mack to actually keep her hands to herself, though. She's been fouling a whole lot lately, and that's been kind of pricing Griner in a minute, so with Becca Allen being out, she still has to play a little bit there, even with Billings now on the team.
He said Griner and gas in the same sentence.
Sure did.
Griner and gas, boy, I tell you. Sean Drake, are you ready for the last movie trivia? Sean Drake got one for you. You ready?
Yeah.
He says, okay, E, for today's easy movie trivia, this 1999 blockbuster was directed by Stephen Sommers and stars Brandon Fraser, Rachel Weisz, and John Hannah.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'll be straight up. Brendan Fraser, 99. Yeah, I have no idea.
Final answer?
We're gonna say Brendan Fraser because I have no idea. Hey.
The answer
That's
is.
all right, we'll go 1 for 2.
The answer is The Mummy.
Oh, is it The Mummy? Oh, son of a bitch! I was gonna be like, the only answer I have is The Mummy.
Come on, bro! You got to throw the answer out there. You can't say I don't have nothing like that. Oh man, see, always got to try.
I remember. See, if you'd have gave me a line from the movie, however, that would have been way easier. I couldn't remember who Rachel Weisz was and the other home dude. That dude basically did nothing after The Mummy, anyways. So. Man, if you'd have been like, oh, she started in me at the gates or something like that too, I'd be like, oh, okay, I know who that is, but that's okay. That's on me.
Oh well. All right, one out of 2 is not too bad, and we're getting close to 40 likes. We need 50, guys. We're at the end of the show. We need a huge comeback right now. We need 13 likes in the next few minutes here because we got to get off here in a minute and find some more plays and get in the voice chat. CJ says, do y'all like any props on McBride? I don't know why. She's one of the hardest players to bet on. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, personally, I just fade her. Like, I never play her. She is, I know, a big community favorite to go under her RA and all that stuff, but she cleared that in both games, so for me personally, I'm good on that. I'm not sweating that. Her lines are way too low right now. Way too low.
Chosen says Ryan Howard under points.
Oh, now that they keep bumping her up, yeah, that's definitely something I was looking at too. Like, it's a scary matchup, dude. I'm not even gonna BS you here. It is a scary matchup. Phoenix is giving up the most threes, and that's all Ryan really does. That and free throws, so top 5 and the most. But again, man, that cloud treatment, I think that's for real. She's been shutting down a lot of players, and if Ryan's not shooting the ball, there's plenty of other players they can pass to. So. The on-court matchup, I get it. And the fact that, she opened at 15-5 and it's at 17. I think she's even at 17-5 on Underdog. Let's see, I don't know, she's still at 17. But still, that's a lot of line movement. And you can see the payout disparity between these two is pretty high.
First half's 8.5. Yeah, the full game's probably the one. Oh, what do you think about Jackie Young under rebounds at 4.5? A lot of Jackie unders today. What about her rebounds? That's the one that I did stay away from. But
She's super random with the rebounding. That's I think the more unpredictable thing about it. But on court matchup is not going to be too bad because of assuming they do put Jackie on Bridget. Bridget only shoots from the outside, so she is going to be on the perimeter guarding her, i.e., not catching those rebounds. So I don't mind that. The only risk we run with that is if they draw up something different as far as like defensive matchup for Jackie, and if they move Jackie over to say guard like Kayla McBride, then that's going to put her on the other side of McBride for those, or the other side of Carlton for the long ball. But at least the last couple games, they've kind of been able to keep her on Carlton. So I would assume they're going to stay with doing that now, especially with Chelsea Gray being back too.
Okay. Ian's floored that you didn't know the answer to that, by the way.
I knew it, man. I just needed a little bit more context to that because no shit, that was the only thing. I was like, Brendan Fraser, 90s, has to be the Mummy. But
you got to throw those ideas out if you don't even have a answer. E, come on, E. We need your good luck, E.
I know.
It's all good. Young Milik says, Courtney Williams, PRA over.
Sure. If she plays the minutes, it's the only thing about her. 20.5 is pretty low. Let's see, did they mess with a payout or did they bump it? Yeah, 20.5. It makes sense. Again, I like the RA upside. I know she also scored on them pretty well, 12 and 15 points. So it makes sense. We just need her to go out and actually play basketball.
Right. Ian says he needs a pair to go with the Clark prop on Underdog, please. So one play on Underdog, he can go with that Clark. I did it with the discount. I'm sure he probably already used it.
Yeah, you do it with a discount. I play it with Canada. You play it with any of the Jackie unders. Yeah, Asia, 24.5 points. Slight discount or a slight hit on the payout, but something you can do with that.
It's Eli says, Elena Smith under fantasy.
I saw she was a community play again.
Because she hasn't got there in a minute. I think if you look at her last 100, she's 1.
Yeah, she's definitely been on the decline for some of these games, but man, sweating her stocks is not fun. It's really the only thing. You just need to make sure she doesn't go out and get a whole bunch of blocks and steals, but I know she cleared it in one of the games. In the other game, she did not play her normal minutes, so she came up short from that. It's the same thing really for her too. Either you're getting, and for her, they put a little extra on it, so either you're getting way over 30 minutes or she's going to play 21, 22 minutes. So one of those two, likely outcome, and you could see it was almost close in these games too. The blocks and steals, though, she's going to get 2 of those. Just is she making buckets or is she not? So a couple things to consider.
All right, last one.
The fantasy's definitely been sketchy as of late for sure.
It has. Her minutes are sketchy too. Last question. Kelsey Plum over 3.5 assists. Now that it's down to 3.5, would you mind going over or what you think?
Probably, yeah. If I'm being honest, just on hit rating alone, I know the matchup's scary, but that's a huge reduction from what she opened at 4.5. If it was at 4, I think there's maybe a little bit more consideration to still take the under, but 3.5, yeah, on hit rating alone, just way too high.
Okay. I think we're ready to head out. We can get to the voice chat in the Discord. Find some more plays.
All right, dope. Well, you guys, as always, y'all have been amazing. Make sure to, again, for on the way out, hit that like and subscribe button down below. That way you guys don't miss out. And you guys have always been doing a huge favor for us. We're trying to get back to the old 50 likes for good luck. But where are we at right now?
Let's look. We might be able to have a little run here at the end. We have 42.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we can definitely get 50 likes. Make sure you guys, if y'all haven't hit it on the way out, we're going to hop in voice chat probably here in about the next 5 or 10 minutes. Cook up before this last hour before the game starts. I'm gonna hop off, feed the dogs, get them squared away, and I will be right back. So, Underrated, you got anything else, man?
Nah, CJ says if you picked under on Asia, if you had to pick one, are you taking her under first half PRA or her under first half? I'm sorry, her under first half PRA or her under fantasy?
The PRA for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
she's always liable to fall into just like random stocks.
Cool. Good to know. So yeah, PRA over fantasy, CJ, if you're going under. Okay. I guess we're out there.
All right. Yes, sir. Appreciate
Okay.
it. Much love. Hopefully, we're cashing out tonight. But folks, we'll see you back here later. Peace.
Peace.